What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Room for Three podcast. We appreciate all the support. I am Kev. With me, as always, Mr. G and my boy Tay. What is up, fellas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? What's going on?
And you know, as always, your boy is in the building, in the cut.
Boys. Number one, boys. How we feeling?
Episode 1, indeed, is it's a feel-good process. We finally made
The
it.
beginning.
It's a long time coming. I think this is something that we all feel like we should have, been done, but better late than never.
For sure. And I mean, some of the things that we're going to talk about today is basically how this came to be, our friendship, you know what I mean? And we're going to get into some real deep memories, boys. You know what I mean? Like the
Some
essence
really
of
bro
what
stuff.
Room for Three.
Let's not even it's not even dibble and dabble. How do we all meet, man? I mean, tell them.
Well, we all met obviously through work. We all worked. I got hired at a spot, and you guys got transferred to that spot, and then that's how that happened. That's the story of how we met. Now, if you want to talk about
Buckland Hills Mall. Shout out to
sure.
Buckland Hills Mall.
No,
The only
Buckland
reason.
Hills Mall,
Buckland's
bro.
Hill, Buck what? Listen to me. But my point is, that's my point is that's how we met. Now I think that people want to know is how did we get this bond, this kinship that we have between us? You know what I mean?
Sounded deep.
It is deep. It is
Like
deep.
it.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what they want to know. So who wants to do the honors and give them the story?
I think I should.
Hey,
I think
I'm
I
rolling
should.
the red carpet out right now.
I think I should. Just for the simple fact, and not even to just throw that out there, but me being boss at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? And
I guess I don't work for you no more. But
right. At one point, right. And
I'm my
I
own
think,
boss.
once
I'll play
I think once I knew I was working with Kev, you know what I'm saying, and us having a prior, like I did not like this guy, bro. Like when I first met
Listen.
him, I just remember being like, oh my god, he's just a doucher, yeah.
You ever just
know what
look
I mean?
at somebody and just be like, this guy's a fucking asshole? That's what 100% what I thought about today.
Right.
Just had that look on his face. I was just
Right.
like, yo, this dude's a dick.
You know what I mean? And then, go to the future, and he ends up, you know what I mean, being at the store that I have to run that I did not want to be there for. I just did not want to be at that store, bro. Like, it was just one of those things where I was just like, get me the fuck out of here, bro.
It's crazy how things really work out, though. Like,
Oh, my God, isn't
my
it?
first
Yeah.
interaction with Tay was via telephone. It was on the phone.
You didn't know that I was the boss, too,
You
right?
did not know. I thought you was just some random nigga, because that's how you made it seem. You made it seem like you was some random nigga who was just there.
For sure. 'Cause
So-
I didn't want to be there, remember? I was
that's-
like, yeah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I can't help you. I was like, well, I talked to Reese. Reese gave me the okay. He said he was going to take care of it. And then Tay was like, all right, whatever, man.
For sure.
That just carried me. I was like, I wasn't even in town. Like, I wasn't,
now that I think about it, it's funny because I looked at you like you was an asshole, but when I met G, it's like we was best friends off rip.
Oh, yo, me and Kev, clicked right away. Me and him gave, what up, Kev, what up, G. And we just started
Boom.
chopping it up from there.
It was dead as hell at work. We was just talking the whole time.
I just talking about just anything. Whatever it was, nigga, we was just talking about it, and then we was chopping it up. And it was,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
those dead times were definitely probably the prime reason
That's
why.
when you really
uh,
get to know somebody, boy. Like, you just talking. Just you
for
and that
sure,
person
For sure.
about everything.
right. And we was just chopping it up. And I remember, like, oh, shit.
Get him out
This
of here.
guy, I'm sorry, guys.
Snoozer.
I definitely,
Snoozer.
listen, man, I've been up since 5 in the morning. I did work this morning.
Clocking in. Double shift.
Yeah, absolutely. But point being, we just chopped it up like we was cool. It was dope. I remember just after the conversation, like, wow, this dude is cool. You know what I'm saying? At
Thanks,
least I
man.
got somebody where
Thank you.
I know I can converse with, and it'll be, it'll be dope to just, be regular for a change, as opposed to being uppity about, watching what I say. I still don't know people and all that. It was just like you said. It was just a natural thing. Like we just
For sure.
took to each other, no homo, and just was like, yo.
I think we can
Sure.
all attest to
And
like,
then we kind of got closer because I remember you being like super like damn I gotta leave because you had another job
Right.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you was just like, damn, bro, like I didn't know I was gonna leave. Like we actually had that one-on-one conversation. Where it was
a
like,
real conversation that no
Right.
one can have.
right, for sure. It was just like, bro, like I didn't know you was gonna come here and stuff
Right.
like that, and that kind of Then we literally you left for like what 2 months?
Couple months.
3 months.
I left for
bro?
like the summer.
And then just the easiest transition to
I was like,
back
yeah,
to
bro,
a
I'm
job.
coming back.
I was like, all right, bro. Yeah, he's like, you gonna take me back? I was like, Fuck yeah, bro.
Shit.
You know what I mean? And at that point,
We had Donnell.
yeah.
Shout out Donnell though.
Shout out for sure. Shout out Donnell.
Shout out Donnell. We had Donnell.
You know
I'ma
what I
just
mean?
say-
That's it.
Frustration that there was just
I think we can all attest to the fact that, like, that one day, it was before an audit. And for those of you that have ever watched Malibu's Most Wanted, just know it's a funny-ass movie. But we started quoting that shit, and we was dying. Literally, I
For
think
sure.
that was
Big-
that day. We were just like,
That was the day.
It was-
That
it
was
was
the
an audit,
day.
for sure,
That
for
was the
sure.
day we was preparing for the audit. Right. It was early in the day, and we brought up lines for that movie. Me and you were reciting it, and then you came from the cut.
I was on a ladder. I was on a hat wall. I
and then you
remember
made
that.
the sound, and then after that we started rolling, son. And after that we just
real tears. Real
The
tears.
whole
Sure.
entire day we was just laughing about it, even into the audit, and after that, and the rest is history, boys. Like literally, you know, the end of the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Nah, on a serious note, though, like, you know, it was just from there off. It was just fuel in a rocket. You know what I mean? Fuel in a rocket, just getting ready to take off. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely, us being the passengers got inside, strapped up for this extravagant ride. And listen, I'm glad that I'm on it with you guys. You know what I mean? And I'm
Amen.
glad that it led us to here. So
Man, it was as
it's-
smooth as a katana through hot butter.
Oh, okay.
I'll never
listen.
forget that. My one of my teachers in high school used to say that shit all the time.
That's
Where did
Yeah,
that
yeah,
go?
right,
Did
right.
you get? Did you
Yeah,
write that
yeah.
down
He said-
somewhere?
he
Like,
said-
I'm
he
gonna
said-
say that
right.
today.
That shit is forever stored in the back of my
Wow.
head.
Yeah,
My
that
teacher
is
used to say that shit
weird.
all the time.
That
Shout
is-
out to
I
Butter.
literally got visuals of a katana
Going through hot butter.
going through
hot
bro.
butter. That's probably like
Smooth,
the
boy.
smoothest
Smoothest.
slice of butter that you can probably obtain in your career.
Yo.
It's dope though, but
But we,
You know.
I mean, just to kind of dabble in that, we have so many memories there because obviously when you came back and me and G obviously got closer, we would just
For
talk
sure.
about sports
sure.
every day. Remember, you know what I'm saying? He would come through and it would be
Absolutely.
again those slow times, and
Yeah.
we would just have those debates, have those conversations and those laughter and shit like that. He would come in just super energetic, and I'd be like, you know how my mornings be. I just
Facts.
don't want to be talking
Definitely
to you if
not
I
a
get
morning
my coffee or something and none of that. But
it was good. It was
AKA
good.
why I thought he was a dick.
Yeah, listen, man. I
You
just
know what
remember.
I mean?
I remember the first time I met Tay. I tried to approach him like how we approached each other. Like, yo, what up? Yo, what up? I was like, hey, what's going? I walked up to him. I was like, hey, what's going on, man? I'm Gary. I'm the dude who called you on the phone. And like you said, looking back at it now, you did have that demeanor, but it was just like he was like, nigga, I don't care. Like, I don't
Right.
plan to be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And look at us now. Like, it's literally just that simple to put it. Look at us
Mhm.
now. You know what I'm saying? One of the first people that I talked to literally in the morning. You know what I mean? It's either you, Kev, or of course the other people in our group.
Yeah, I was coming to
Nasty
your
and
Thanksgivings. Remember that? I was,
sure.
I was, you know what I mean.
Came
Coming,
through for Thanksgiving. That was
Christmases,
dope.
all that
Christmases.
shit. Black Fridays, I scooped you up. Remember?
Yeah, I forgot what we did. We went somewhere to check something. Black Friday, you scooped me up and we did something. This is way before you were.
Right. You was.
In the,
Oh, my
you were
bad.
still with your no. I just looked at your face.
Way
and
before you.
yeah. I looked at your face and looked, you was about to start sulking. So,
easy.
so I just wanted to make sure that Kev let you know that you wasn't around.
There's a
bro.
timeline, bro. There's a
Yeah, you
timeline.
was still with your ex, and you was going through what you was going through in your life,
'Cause I
which
remember
we can
were
say for
talking
another
about-
podcast.
Remember, he wasn't with. This is when I got shout out. I think what actually grew us even closer was the Xboxes, bro.
That is right.
That
because-
was the
no,
time
I
because I,
think-
remember y'all was convincing him. I was gonna like, yo, should I get a PS5?
and I was
mean, a
straight. I was
PS4,
saying PS4 all day.
PS4 or
All day.
Xbox.
I think-
and G
I
was
don't-
like, yo,
I-
you're gonna love the Xbox, bro.
I
You're
think
gonna
the
play with me.
Xboxes would definitely cemented it.
For sure.
The Xbox, I think, definitely
PUBG.
cemented
Dude,
it.
this guy's
Even
going
prior to
super hard on
PUBG, it was 2K, and we played Modern Warfare 2.
No, we played
World
World
War
War II.
World War
War
II.
II.
World War II. Yeah.
And
Remember that?
oh my god! So just
oh
because
my God, bro.
just
I was
'cause
just
it's
like,
one
what
of
did I
the-
get myself into?
this is just one of the greatest stories ever. So let me steal the audience's ear for a moment and just
man.
delve you to. So once upon a time, Tay convinced him to get the Xbox. He got the Xbox. Great. I'm happy. I got somebody who I hang out with and see on a consistent basis, work with, and now I got him on the Xbox, so we can transfer all of that and continue our wonderful conversations and in each other's company, stuff like
Play
that.
some
Not to
fucking
sound
video
cheesy.
games.
Yeah, not to sound cheesy, but that's what it was about for me, and it was dope to have him there. So on the first day, of course, nobody's on, none of my regulars, so we can't do what we want to do or what I really want to do. So instead, I go and I see a party my sister was in with some other people that I did know from Brooklyn. I am originally from Brooklyn, New York, and they were there. So I just wanted to step in to say hi, and I invited Tay, and ended up getting caught in a.
Bro, it was a big
Yeah,
lobby.
it was a
bro.
big lobby. It was a
Yeah.
big party. It was a bunch of people in there for sure. And we ended up just getting tangled up. I knew one of the guys who was like, "Hey, your boy want to play?" Sure. We was there. We was looking to get into some games anyway. So in the midst of it, we're just waiting, and I'm there, muted, just wondering what's going on. I'm pretty sure Tay is probably thinking the same thing at this point.
This is the first time like on a Xbox party, first time playing a game online in
Right.
years,
So
bro.
you're getting the different experience,
Right.
and it's funny because as we are, waiting and stuff like that, these dudes are like, and listen, it's 2021. I know people are sensitive and stuff like that. I don't want to sound, but these dudes are weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just talking about like real awkward, real
perfect word for it, bro.
Right.
Yeah, it was like real awkward, like at times. Am I lying? Tay, if I'm
Oh,
lying,
yeah.
I'll shut the fuck up and stop
For
the story right now.
for
We can move on.
It got annoying to the point where you were just like, "Yo, what are we doing, bro?"
Yeah. So it came to that point. I'm glad you can just
Yeah.
continue the story. I just came to the point where it was just like, yo, like, what are we? First of all, no, before that, I text Tay on a personal side
Oh,
note, like,
yeah.
yo, bro, this ain't my regular squad. And he was like, yo, I was about to say, like, he texted me back real quick. Like, all right, cool. That makes him breathe easier. That, no, like, yo, nah, I don't know who these dudes are. No disrespect to them. Shout out to them, whoever they are. They was just my boys, a friend of my sister's friends or whatever. And they was just going all types of, like, weird noise and stuff. So to finally wrap up the story, I just like they said, I'm like, yo, what is going on? What are we doing? Like, are we playing or not? So everyone's like, all right, cool. We can get it together and stuff like that. Like he was just that's what he was doing weird stuff. Like he was like, I'm Batman, and then the other guy would
That's
go,
what they kept on doing
right,
the
and
whole
then,
time, bro.
but no, Kev, one would go,
Batman.
right, exactly, no, I'm Batman, and then the other guy goes,
He's like,
how could you be Batman if I'm Batman? Like that's the kind of weird shit.
Nigga,
And
that was just like,
like,
what
is going
Alright,
on?
So let me just be the devil's advocate here. How many times do you think people have heard us in a party be like, "Yo, those dudes are weirdos"?
For sure, 100%.
You know what I mean?
But,
Not
but
the-
there's
we don't do
levels.
that. We're not
yo,
there saying I'm
listen,
Batman, but-
anybody who knows me,
I mean, the
anybody
shit that we say, shit.
listen, anybody who knows me knows like I believe like there's levels to certain things, and our level of weird is like anybody's level of weird. Like when you're in a circle, when you gotta click, just like all right. So perfect example, you meet somebody else, yo, what's going on, my man? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? When you see me, what up, nigga? It's always different with somebody you know, somebody you love, somebody, or you just somebody you want to regularly interact with, as opposed to seeing somebody different. That's my point being. So with these dudes, it was one of those situations. We don't know these cats, and shout out to them. Like I said, they were comfortable in their own skin. They were being them. I don't mind that.
Well, hold on, get to the punchline because.
Oh, we're gonna get to the punchline right now.
Yeah.
So they was doing weird shit like that, Kev. Listen, no, I'm Batman. Oh, how are you Batman? If I'm Batman,
Yeah,
no, you can't be Batman. So it just came to the point where I got to fucking annoy him. Like, yo, bro, like, what are we doing? Are we playing or what? Yeah, nah, no doubt. You're right. All right, y'all, let's get it together. And then they got serious. That's when you hear their normal voices and everybody's. You can tell like they're fucking regular, normal fucking guys. They're just acting up because they're comfortable around each other, acting up, and that's perfectly fine. So it just got really quiet.
It got
It's
super quiet, bro.
Kev, this is what made
like
it
to the
better.
point there was like I felt like they
Just-
sat up.
Right, like me
oh,
too. I was ready to lock in. We
Yeah.
started the game. I sat up like, finally, good. Now we can play some fucking video games for a
sure.
change. So then it started to load up, and as it started to load up, no, you're good. As it started to load up, I just got a little. No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. It's just I got a little loud. As we started to load up, one of the dudes say, "Yo, bro, where'd you get that metal from, bro?" Like, and, yeah, it was
I
like
remember this
it was-
fucking story,
Oh,
dude.
Yo,
man.
Kev, it was like the sincerest question ever.
like he wanted to know
like
what
he
that
really
metal
wanted
was.
to know how he unlocked that
Good,
metal because he was
good.
gonna try to obtain it. And the dude was like, the other guy was like, "Bro, what metal?" And out of nowhere, he just said, "That metal for sucking dick." He changed his whole the way he lowered his voice or whatever, or lowered his voice
He
around
set
there.
that shit up.
Yo, he set him up level. He was like, yo, bro,
wasted,
but like
bro.
he's like, yo, like in a serious, authentic voice, like, yo, bro, how'd you get that metal? He was like, bro, what metal? The metal for sucking dick. Nigga, I literally had to like it changed my whole thing. Like I busted out laughing at the party. Like I had to laugh. Like it was like what a way to break the ice. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, oh my god, son, just how he just suckered him into that whole shit. It was awesome, bro. And
That's
that
hilarious.
that was literally day one. And then after that, we got on the 2K and stuff, and things got normal. Our normal, like I said,
Right.
because just like you said, Kev, you made a good point. Our normal might be weird to somebody else.
Yeah, that's definitely right.
100%. But that's how that went in. We've been good friends, Xbox friends, all types of friends for a long time.
And then that's when you came back, Kev. I'm gonna fucking paint the picture perfectly. You came back and we was talking about pub, nigga. We was talking about
I remember you showing me clips at work.
bro. We was showing you clips, and
Clips,
then that's when you ended up copping the fucking X from
Xbox.
somebody. You know what I mean?
I got that shit dumb cheap.
He got it. He came
And
up. He was
then
like, "Yo, I got an
somehow we
Xbox."
caught out the
I remember how excited you was. You was like, "Yo, I got an Xbox," and I was turned. I was like, "Oh shit!" Because I knew you played the 2K at the time for the PlayStation.
Right.
You're like, "Yo, I got a point guard and this and that." I'm like, "Yo, it's about to get serious," and we ended up doing the pub.
Bro,
And
tell
the
me now,
PUBG
first
took
dub,
our soul.
first duo dub, bro.
That's
First
that's
time
a,
I play the game,
that's
I
a
win.
That's a bad experience.
Yeah, because come to
yeah,
find out,
everything
it's
else is
fucking
just-
hard to win.
No, and that's why it's a bad experience. Because now, let's say if you didn't really enjoy the game and you just
I
won.
didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
No, right, but you enjoyed somewhat of it because you had Tay with you, the experience, the fact that you was running, you was just
The
like,
adrenaline
okay,
was crazy,
right? You was
though.
like,
Yeah, I was
okay,
just-
so that was cool.
I felt
now
like I
imagine,
was in the army. Bro.
imagine if
Yeah,
you
it was like,
picked up.
sit right there, don't move, don't move, just
For sure.
just look, cover my back. type shit.
Yeah, he had to bring you to the world. He had
no
to.
shit.
He had to bring you to the world, and he did the right
Come
thing.
a long way.
He definitely
What?
come.
For sure.
Oh my God! Listen.
Come on now.
We-
Blackout. We got a
That's a
blackout.
whole, that's a whole
Blackout.
other realm we can
That's
get
that's
into.
when the shit changed.
That's another episode.
Yo,
we
look
can
us
talk
up
about
on
that, bro.
Xbox.
That's-
if anybody wants to get this work.
That's
Right, hey,
that's literally
Tater
a
grade
whole
4. Tater grade 4.
Kevin
follow me.
Yargoods.
whole another can of worms, and definitely that's a whole nother podcast. So just us talking about our gaming experience and our gaming in general.
You'll follow
Uh,
the stream, G Money McFly.
I appreciate that. More importantly, follow the podcast. Room for podcasts. Room for podcasts. Room for 3 podcasts.
Yo, I would never right.
We're
I
doing
will never
episode
forget
1.
getting, but the fact I remember getting the Xbox, setting it up, like I had just got it and everything, and then my ex would go to work. I'm like, all right, I'm going in with the boys right now, son.
Yeah.
To the point,
Nigga, I remember.
Yes,
I remember
I'm
when you
about
were
to-
muted, bro.
yes.
And we were like, he's in the
yo,
bushes.
funny story.
He was definitely
Funny
in the
story. My
bushes.
ex was literally like, come to bed type shit, and I was like, fuck this, I'm playing the game. I brought the game into the bedroom. I just didn't have the walkie on, and I heard them yelling through the TV the whole game, like Kev. And I'm like, fuck, I can't say that. And she's sleeping. I'm trying.
That's awesome.
I think we was about to win and shit
Yeah,
too.
we were.
That shit, it was funny.
Awesome.
So many memories on the
Yeah.
game.
Oh my God. And the Xbox, and I'm pretty sure there's a whole community of people who agree
I
with
don't know
us.
how people hate on video
gaming-
games. This is the funnest thing there
It's
is to
because
do.
it's not, I don't think people hate on video
People
games.
hate on video games,
It's
for
it's
sure.
because
Look what it's done,
it's
though.
exactly it's video games is an addiction, bro. Like
Yeah.
people get
Anything's an
zombified.
addiction.
You get, but like not like video games. Video games, you get zombified. There's people who rage about this and like rage because and it's like, why are you raging? I can answer that question. That's a person's passion, bro. That's passion. When you see somebody raging and breaking fucking keyboards and controllers, that's a passion. They have a certain type of passion that they are that angry that they're willing to go to the lengths of breaking their own shit because they felt like they were wronged, or because they felt like the game cheated them, or because somebody's trolling them. Many aspects, but those are people who are hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about, Kev, about sports, how hardcore fans, people making death threats and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's crazy.
We love. Listen, Tay, I know for a fact you're a diehard basketball fan, you're a diehard football fan, and I know you dabble with your baseball. Kev, I know you fucking are a fucking fanatic when it comes to football. I know you're a fucking fanatic for basketball, and I know you're a fanatic for baseball. You know, and I know those are your shits.
K Fanatic.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm
My rap name.
Yeah.
Okay, fanatic.
And then
coming at
me
you.
for my basketball, my football, you see how we are with the football
sure.
and all that, and I love my baseball. You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't never sending a death threat to nobody,
Exactly. That's my
especially for losing the
But
fucking
to,
game.
That's my
more,
point.
to more to
You missed a
Kev's
field
point,
goal, Bucker. Like, what the
point. Yeah,
fuck?
you know what I'm saying? Even just
Come on.
But
everything.
To more to Kev's point is that a lot of people don't see the good of what video games do because they think it's
For
just
sure.
us sitting there
For
and just
sure. I gotta say it like that.
bullshitting.
For
Fucking
sure.
around.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
gotta
But
say-
like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Shout out to our boy Nasty, bro. Video games
Oh.
brought this dude to your wedding.
Y'all ever
bro.
hear a story? Like, I know
know what
I've
I mean?
seen stories on Facebook about like, oh, my husband has been playing with his same friend for 20 plus years on the Xbox, and they finally just met. Listen, our boy Nasty down in VA. How many years we were playing with him? Like 2 years, 3 years?
Bro,
Well, I was
like,
playing.
y'all
I
have been
was
longer.
yeah.
For
For me
me,
and
it was-
Nasty's relationship go back a little longer, from earlier 2K days, and it was just casual. Nasty can attest it. It was just casual. It wasn't like, yo, that's my man's. That's my day to day. I'd see him on a party one time. We'd play a little bit, and I knew him through there when he was on his old gamer tag, and that's how it was. We started building that rapport with each other when was it? It was just like ending of 18, 2K cycle, beginning of 19, right before you guys like really got hardcore into it.
Right.
So right before then, me and Nasty started really kicking it where, yo, this is my guy.
For sure.
And that made that transition because Nasty's, at the end of the day, we love Nasty. He's a people person. He's one of those, one of those things. He high energy for sure. He attaches himself to you. And at times.
You're going to know who he is.
Yeah, for sure. At times, some people it may seem like annoyance. You know what I'm saying? Or not ignorance, because ignorance is not knowing. More like like annoying or
just annoying. Literally, that's what it is. What I mean?
But it's not. It's not. It's just him as a person, and I love his personality. I love him as a human being. I love him as a person.
Skip forward to a little bit when we get into it, right?
Right. So we get into it, and good. You want go ahead? Go ahead.
So skip forward. We all been playing for I want to say a solid. We'll just say a year and a half of just every day.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Jude, got married. Was that 2 years ago now?
Appreciate it. The anniversary's coming up. April.
The best wedding I've ever been to, honestly.
For sure.
Funnest, wow. But your boy Nasty catches a flight and comes all the way, and we meet him.
No,
for the
that's
first time.
incorrect.
He drove.
Sir.
I'm sorry.
He drove.
Virginia's not that far.
Yeah.
Drives all the way. It's even
Shout out to VA.
greater. Drives all the way to Connecticut. And we meet him for the first time, spend the wedding weekend together. Like,
bro, this man has been in my home.
It's like we were best friends.
Yeah.
But let me say this, though.
Off rip. And we met him through video games.
Exactly. You hit it. You took the words out of my mouth.
It
felt like it was... Like I knew this person my whole life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like nothing. There was no awkwardness. There was no like, oh wow, like I'm meeting this person. Right. It just felt like I just see him as he's here. You know what I'm saying?
And that's going back to what I was saying about his personality, where it may seem like annoyance to some people. It's not. It's just him as a person. He's just showing.
Shout out to fucking Nasty.
Shout out to
get him on the show one day.
He just showers you with his love. You know what I'm saying? He showers you with his personality, and his personality can light up a room. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, Mr. Nasty. And I'm not saying, and you could all agree this. We're not just saying this because we know he's gonna probably hear this or something like that. We're saying this because it's the truth. It's authentic. You know what I mean? We love you, Nasty. He's the boy. I appreciate.
Came out here multiple times.
Right.
Not only that one time. Like,
I appreciate him showing up to my wedding
2-3 times.
And that's just going back to our
He's
original.
Coming again to be on the show. Fuck you talking about?
Right. And this is just going back to our original point of how gaming brings people together. You know, gaming made us even closer, even though we were in close proximity. It just shows you how even when people who are around each other can become closer, because and it's true, bro. I fucking had Xbox friends who I was so close with more than niggas that I chilled with on the streets at one point.
It'd be like that.
At one point in my life, some of my some of my Xbox guys, those were my guys on a daily basis. Shout out to my man Biz. Shout out to my man D. Shout out to my man Skrill. They know who they are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who else at the time?
Deshaun.
Rude Boy, Deshaun, my man Real. Like, it's a bunch of them who, you know what I'm saying, who they were at one point like, those are my guys. And it's crazy to say that because it's like, this is a virtual relationship. You know what I'm saying? A virtual friendship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And those guys, like, we've kicked in and we've had some of the best conversations I've ever had. We've had some of the best jokes and all that. Shout out to all my guys from Xbox. I love you guys, bros.
When you know people from Xbox, you hear their voice only, so you kind of picture what they look like. And when you see what they really look like, boy, that's just crazy.
I'm so glad I'm a fly dude, bro. I swear.
Yo, because sometimes I'll be like, yo, that does not sound like you, bro. What?
Trust me.
That's what you look like?
And we'll save that for another pod. We'll definitely save that for a pod.
That's like some
that's
Pokemon
another
shit.
We'll do a pod, right? Who's like, put the voice with the face.
Who's that Pokemon?
We'll save that for another pod. But going back to the to our topic at hand, which is you know, how we came closer together. These video game shit.
How do we get into this thought or realm of trying to do a podcast?
Yeah, you want to
tell the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, the thought process, why we wanted to do it, and everything.
Well, I'm literally started off because shout out to my boy Joe, who kind of introduced me.
Shout out Joe for real.
Introduced me
out to Joe.
Yeah, to like the podcast game. You know what I mean? Like, he told me about this dude Joe Rogan. He talks about this. Like, he was like, yo, give it a listen. It's something that we, you know what I mean, you definitely love. And I remember I brought that up to G. We were working one day. It was one of those things that he was like, oh shit, I watched the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where we kind of started, you know, gravitating to what a podcast is. And
not to cut you off, but that's a great point. That's another thing that brought us even closer. Like, oh shit, you listen to podcasts too? Because at the time, I didn't know anybody else who listened to a podcast.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I only thought it was
That's
just
what
me.
kind of-
I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast. I had the First Take podcast I would do because I was always working at the time in the mornings.
Yep.
So I would miss the First Take. I do the First Take podcast in the afternoon. I would have the Jalen Jacoby podcast I would listen to. Love that shit. I would have I'm into MMA. I would have the Chael Sonnen You're Welcome podcast. I'm into wrestling. I had one little wrestling podcast.
Well, now you're gonna have the room for three.
Oh, the Room for Three is going to end up probably being my favorite podcast. And yes, I'm being very biased right now. And, you know, this is my podcast. I can do that. But point being is that when you told me, like, oh, yeah, I fuck with Joe Rogan podcast. I fuck with this. I was like, word? And, like, that gave us another outlet to find, like, common ground. And that's
again,
dope.
Our mornings, we and me and G, we've had so many heated, passionate conversations about sports,
For sure.
about everything. We have debates all the time, and I think that's what kind of fueled the fire to us being like, yo, we should do this. We should put this on tape. We had ideas. This is, you know what I mean? This which is a lot of the ideas is gonna come. It's
For sure. A lot of people, plenty of people have told us, yo, like some people have heard us get into debates, including Kev. You know what
customers,
I'm
bro.
saying?
Remember customers used to be
for
like,
sure, like, wow,
yeah.
you guys should be like have your own show.
Right,
like you guys
right.
get into it and we get into depth. And hopefully, you know, during this whole venture in our podcast, the Room for Three podcast, we can get into one of those heated debates. Because it's all love at the end of the day. It's gonna sound like it's gonna sound like
literally destined to happen.
It's gonna sound like chaos. It's gonna sound like chaos.
We've definitely gotten to the point of like, yo, so like, what's up, bro? You
Right,
good?
right. It's gotten to the point where it's like, all right, that's right. We gotta remember.
Yo,
where
like,
we're at.
relax.
Well, not for me personally, and I'm not trying to like say anything, but for me, it's because when I debate, I get naturally down like that.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're angry, and it's like I'm not angry. It gets me angry that you're telling me I'm angry, and that's what the angry goes up. I'm just I'm debating, and when I debate, I get heated. So I grew up with the First Takes and all of that. The way they debate, like I grew up around that. That's the way I debate. I did it in school, and I used to get this growing up too. Yo, why are you getting so emotional? Why are you getting so? I'm not getting emotional, bro. I'm sorry. We get into the debate, and I'm just passionate about what we're talking about. I'm thinking we're having a great conversation, and some of the best conversations are like that, in my opinion.
I honestly, definitely G for sure. Like you could tell that this is what you enjoy. You enjoy having these conversations. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like,
absolutely.
and after 100%, how many times me and G that 100%.
Oh yeah, it's all love after that.
It's all
for
love.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Sure,
like it's
sure.
never to that
love,
point. But I
sure.
think to that point, like that's when Kev started to come around a lot more, and then he started jumping into conversations, and we would text Kev. There would be a shift where I would be on the phone with Kev for an hour, bro.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't be like, yo, somebody's calling, they're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'd be just a sidetrack on that. I need to talk about that. I would be doing all my shit at work as soon as I get everything done. It was slow, whatever. I get everything done I need to be. I'm bored as hell. I call up Tay. Whoever answers that store phone is fucked. I used to get them every single day just to fuck around and be like, hey, man, speak to Taylor, please. And be like, yeah, can I ask who's calling? Any name you can think of.
like
Oh, yeah, it's Ricky. Ricky. Like, oh, Ricky, okay.
It's Rick.
It got to the point. It'd be like, hey, it's Lewis. Can you just tell him Lewis is on the phone? He answers the phone like, what up, Kev? Like, every day,
time,
bro. I mean,
every time.
talked to him for
That's
hours
awesome.
at work just so I was bored. But yeah, what up, man? You know,
It's dope, man. And
kicking
like,
shit.
and when you build relationships like that, those are the ones you got to cherish, bro. You know what I mean? For sure. And which brings us to our next point of this whole thing is why we are doing the pod.
Mm-hmm.
The pod was something we were felt strongly about. I've been wanting to do a pod since like 05, 06. I know Tay's been strongly wanting to do this for a while as well. And Kev, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I think you dabbled with podcasts, but I think you started fucking with podcasts more because me and Tay was so heavy on it. True or false? If I'm wrong, I'm
No,
wrong.
you're definitely true. I never really got into podcasts at all.
Oh,
Actually.
okay.
Yeah, I was kind of like, yo, you should listen to, this podcast. I think this is around the time Joe Budden started getting big.
Right.
Joe Rogan really started to kind of like.
And then now you got your own that you really like. You got a
Exactly.
couple that you listen to. That,
All the Smoke is my shit.
All the
like,
Smoke podcast is
Shout out to
fucking
them.
fire.
Every single
Shout
day.
out to them. Shout out
Ariel
to Joe Budden.
Hawani, UFC
Ariel
shit. I be
yeah,
on that
for
shit
sure.
every Wednesday.
You'll probably, you know which one you're probably like the DC and Hawani one.
That's the one I listen to. DC and Hawani. Yeah, for
'cause
sure.
Ariel Hawani got his own as well by himself.
I listen to both of them.
Yeah, dope. Shout out to them.
But,
They're doing big things as well.
Yeah, definitely started. That's when I got into it. And I'm here for the shits. Like, as soon as this was an idea, I was like, come on, this is what we do naturally. Like, without
Originally, this was going
without
to be
doing
a
nothing.
Room for Two podcast.
Right.
This was going to be
That's
just me and
crazy.
Tay, but then you started getting on the wave, and you was like, "Yo, this is something I definitely want in
Just
on."
kick the shit, like,
And for sure, bro. And
just
this
do
is
what we
it
do
is.
with a mic right
That's
here.
it. Just
Literally.
record it, and we're archiving it. And we're just putting it out there for the public to hear too, so that way you guys can hear what
And
we
like
have
obviously
to say.
you guys seen the little bit of the intro of what like we're actual friends. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk to each other every single day.
every single day.
Every single day.
Every single
You know what I mean?
I think
And
I talk to these guys whether I talk to my old wife.
Yeah, man.
my
It'd be
God.
like that. It'd be
100%.
like that though. But I mean,
100%.
we and
shout-
this
I
is
love
just
my
something
wife,
that
but
like
it just happens. you
it
know?
happens, man, and it's something that's so natural to us. Like you mentioned, Kev. Like this is gonna be something that we're gonna look back on, and we're gonna be like, "Wow, we did this." You know what I mean?
You know what I'll say every single time is that, you know, especially with the times we're living in, we had the whole quarantine, 2 months. We literally
talk about that, bro. Because
Like,
that
we can get-
100%,
we
bro.
can get real deep with that. But I mean, imagine if we would have just
We can.
did it at the beginning of the lockdown
Oh, this,
and just had material and nothing but time.
I mean, before even that, like,
we can make
bro,
that
we
our
moved
next
in with
episode
each
of
other.
Quarantine.
Like even that whole intro of what
I'm
we
with
just
that.
talked about.
Episode 2.
Episode
Quarantine.
Two,
Oh, we can talk about that
two,
for
the
sure.
Quarantine.
Go
That's a
ahead.
whole
Yeah.
episode because that whole quarantine is a whole episode itself. That's a we can a lot. There's a lot to talk. There's a
Give a
lot to
sneak
talk about
peek.
everything, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So this episode 1, you're gonna hear us say, "Oh, we can talk about that." That could because everything we can talk about is literally its own episode, and that's hopefully what we're gonna do. Structure this down
So I'm gonna ask
correctly
y'all this.
and,
I'm gonna ask
and
y'all
give it
this.
to
I'm gonna
you.
ask y'all this. Real quick.
What's up?
To this day, right now. So us, our friendship right
To
now.
this day.
To this day. What do you think is the funniest memory we have together?
Oh,
I don't
my
think-
God.
Oh, my
You
God,
can't do
yeah.
that. You can't. That's
That's
not
hard.
fair.
You
That's not a fair question for sure.
All right, so I'll break it down even more. At Champs. How'd I drop?
That's still not fair. That's still not fair.
I know what it is.
I
I
know
know
they got
what
one.
comes to my mind.
Go ahead.
I'm an asshole. I remember when the kid came in. I was just like, "What's up, man? You need help with anything?"
Oh my God.
And my man was just like,
that.
"Yo, you tell it way better." Like the dude was just like, "No, I'm alright." And I don't know why, but me being an asshole and just wanting to fuck with somebody else. All right, let me know if you need anything.
He literally mimicked
And
the
we
poor kid's
cried, bro.
voice,
We
man.
literally were laughing as loud as we could.
I'll give us a
Oh,
perfect
my
one.
God.
Crying
too.
behind
I'll
the
give us
table.
one right now that G because this had G laughing. Is when shout out to my boy Kyle
Oh yeah.
when
that
he was my
epic.
assistant. You know what I mean?
Oh, my
First of
God.
all, the job we in, bro. Like I don't like working Sundays. I feel like it should be legal for anybody to work on a
we
fucking
all
Sunday.
had to work the
Yo,
Sunday.
do you know New Jersey doesn't work Sundays?
Yeah.
Shout out to my people in Jersey. Like,
Shout out
I
to
don't
Dirty
have anybody in
Jersey.
Jersey.
And this man, I
Brick
told
City.
this man one time, real quick story. Tell this man, yo, don't let anybody else, man. Don't let, excuse me, don't let anybody else in. Let's just get everybody out so we could go home. So the minute I told that dude something, I literally turn around and he let in this family of 6, bro.
Oh,
And
my
I yell at this
God.
man like, yo,
Oh my
bro,
God.
what did I just say? Like, turn around. I don't even want you to look this way, boy.
For those of
Yeah.
y'all that
Like-
know, you
Oh
know.
my God.
You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? Like,
yo,
obviously it's all out of passion, all I love Kyle, but bro, like all I hear is G's crying, laughing
Yo,
in the
listen,
corner, bro.
listen. You guys will never understand, and I'm talking about to the viewers listening. You will never understand how funny it is. It's probably like, okay, it doesn't sound that funny to me. It's just you had to, it was one of those things you had to be there to witness it. Just to the tone in which he told them, the way he turned around and everything.
It was
Shout
to
out
the point where the
Kyle.
family
I'll,
left after I
Kyle,
said that.
Yeah, for sure. Kyle, shout out to you. We love you. It was just one of those great moments. Let me see if I got one. I do got one, Tay, and I think this was one of the funniest moments. You wasn't there for this one, Kev, because you was already at Meriden, right? No, not Meriden. Milford. Sorry, Milford.
Milford.
Yeah, he was at Milford. I'll tell you one right now. We were at one point, me, Tay, we were going crazy with like little riddles and stuff like
God.
that. Little like we would do like different riddles and all types of things like that.
Oh, I remember y'all telling me about the trivia
And
shit.
yeah, so Kyle, he had a Snapple fact. So he turned the Snapple fact into a little riddle, a little question.
Definitely
rather.
came
Little
out
brain
of break.
buster.
Yeah.
So it was he was like
Got one
which-
for you fellas.
Right. He was like, "Hey, got one." Right. And he was like, "Which continent doesn't have snakes and
my
lizards?"
He said reptiles,
reptiles or snakes?"
amphibians, or something
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was something of that nature. Some type of cold-blooded creature. But point being is when he said it, shout out to Glenn Donnell, he jumped up and was like, "Maine." Like
the
as in
state.
the state of Maine, yes, as in the state of
So
Maine.
if anybody knows the correct answer for that is
Oh my God, it's Antarctica.
right,
Clearly.
right.
Clearly
Maine has
America.
woods. It has
And not even
Swamps.
Maine's a state.
and Maine's a state.
Maine's
bro.
a state. Not even a continent. Like you're not even remotely close.
Oh man, bro.
You know, it was so for that was hilarious because it
That
was
was
just
a good moment.
it was just
yeah.
one of those things you had to be there for again. Just the way he said it, the confidence and the manner he said it in, was just one of those couldn't miss moments. And it was so funny. That was one of our funniest for champs. If I had to say which one was mine.
If I'm gonna, because there's a lot that comes to mind, but if we're talking, funniest moment, not even funny, but just the realest moment, it was the wedding, bro.
Oh
Well,
wow.
that's
'cause
probably
that was
greatest.
just,
That was
like-
probably greatest moment. Like so in terms of like how we were.
I think that
all
just
there.
laced
Perfect
everything
night.
together.
Perfect night.
Yeah, there's no other way to explain it.
Perfect
Like,
night.
nothing went
Yeah,
wrong.
Kyle was there.
It was just
Nasty was
the
there.
best mood for,
Right.
I think, 24 hours straight. Was just like great.
Hey, listen,
mood.
and this is something I've told my wife. I don't know if I told you guys this. I might have. I smoke a lot of marijuana, so sometimes my mind be fuzzy. But I've literally told my wife, listen, that entire weekend, you motherfuckers, and I say this with a tear in my eye, you guys
I see it.
motherfucking made me feel like a rock star.
That's
Like,
great, dude.
yeah.
You are a rock star.
I
Yo.
felt like it was my wedding. I
No,
wasn't
listen,
getting married.
hey, listen, I mean that sincerely. You guys made me feel like the shit. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you guys for making me feel like that. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
that
bro.
was a dope experience, man.
I'm just glad to
That
be
was
there,
definitely
man.
that was definitely a dope experience, and you guys, like I said, just like you said, the night was perfect and everything, but you guys elevated with your actions, post and pre-wedding. You know what I mean? Pre-wedding, post-wedding as well. It wasn't just that night. It was super dope. Shout out to Nasty, you was there too, holding it down. Shout out to Kyle, you pulled up. If I'm forgetting you, my cousin Ruben, it was just a lot of people who pulled up. Shout out to you if you all pulled
I
up.
think that was a shift, bro. That was a
And,
shift in my. I'll be real.
yeah, it
that
was
was a
cool.
shift in my life. Like it was a moment where
Yeah.
like my life shifted where like.
Oh, like it
that's
was like
super
it was
weird
it
you
was
say
a,
that.
it was a
You know what I'm
coming of
saying?
age
Like
moment.
where it's
I
like
understand.
I was going down a like a almost not saying a dark path, but I was going down
But,
a different
I mean,
path.
yeah,
you know?
everyone hits those stretches.
You know what I mean? Those intersections in life where
You just needed, and how I felt about it is just everyone needs that like moment or an event time where it's just so much love in the air that you like just feel it.
That's for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? And
that's
then
all
it
was.
cleanses you, bro.
Oh, like literally, that's perfect word.
Right.
It was just like a cleanse. It was just like a whole thing. Because after that, just like I said, the next day it just felt different. Like we felt more
felt married.
tighter.
No,
like, we felt more like a tighter knit unit. You know what I'm saying? We felt
Right.
more. You know what I'm saying? It was just, and all we could think about was just how that night was so great. Just the amount of fun we had, from the free drinks, the all of us being stuffed in the car, smoking, and
Electric slide.
dancing on the dance floor, getting busy,
right,
right?
bro.
Holding
The
hands.
pictures, bro.
Yo,
The pictures.
right? Somebody's auntie almost caught it, right? Like it was, it was just a great.
Yo,
night.
we went to the other wedding, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
crashed our wedding.
Yeah, we did for
We
sure.
was looking the part. We was like, yo, let's go into this wedding. Me, Mouse, and I want to say it was Ruben went into the other thing, just
Yeah.
started dancing with people, yo.
Oh, shout out Mouse, he was there as well. Yeah, but it was dope, man. It was just wedding. That's different. Like you said, funniest moment. I wouldn't put that as funniest moment.
I didn't say.
No,
That's why I
no,
said it
no.
wasn't. It's not gonna be funny. Shit,
Yeah.
that shit was hilarious though. Plenty of times.
Oh, there was lots of funny moments in there. There was lots of
Oh
funny
my
moments.
God,
sprinkled
Yo,
in there.
hilarious
can we
moments
just
there.
talk about? I did not want to get high before the wedding. It wasn't even my wedding.
I don't even know why.
I just don't.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Ever since I
Yeah,
stopped
Nasty-
smoking back in the
Nasty
day,
definitely tricked your
man
ass.
said, "Yo, we'll smoke." Smoked a joint and shit, and I was on the way to the wedding. I was in your car, right, Tay?
Yeah, he was just like,
Man,
bro,
I was in the front seat. I was like,
definitely
yo, I'm
shouldn't have
fucking
smoked
high, dude. Yeah, I was like, damn, I'm about to be standing up
Luckily- yeah.
in front of mad people, bro.
Luckily for you, though.
I was good though. Come on. now.
Luckily for you, though, that's what I'm saying, because they had mad drinks. We was getting unlimited drinks.
Yo.
On the house.
I finally
It was
know what it
crazy.
was like to be like in the
In the
wedding
loop,
party,
in the loop.
in the top. You know where they come down, everyone's up there from the wedding party. They
Mhm.
come out.
Fire
And
experience.
yo, I must have had like 5 drinks before the wedding started,
Yo,
bro.
can I say this?
I
No,
was
and I don't think
done.
I've ever mentioned this thing. We didn't rehearse for that shit.
Fuck no.
Yo,
That's
we
why I
had-
left
we had-
Samantha.
We did, though. Who was there with me? Did you show up to the
I
wedding?
know, nigga.
Yeah, I didn't show up to the rehearsal. We did have rehearsal, though. You
We,
guys,
I'm
we,
sorry,
we,
Samantha.
we just went there. We did a walkthrough, and you was like, "This is what y'all gonna do," and we couldn't go in through anything. You must have did something with someone.
The only
I didn't know what I was doing, bro.
So I know. We did do a rehearsal. We went for a wedding rehearsal. I think Ruben showed up to it. Kev, you showed up. Was
That's
he
where I
show
met
up?
Flames for the first time.
Yeah, you
But
did meet
that-
Flames.
we
You
did
did show-
he was there too. We did the
Yes.
actual like walk down the aisle train.
that was
rehearsal.
That was a rehearsal.
We did
I know,
that.
but I didn't do the
we didn't do the
coming
rehearsal
down
coming down to
into
the whole
reception
wedding
area.
looking at us.
Oh no, that was all. Nobody did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm more talking about. Of course, I knew where to walk and all that.
But that's all easy. That
Listen,
was
let me
all
break it down.
introductions. Like you know,
No
what I
one's
mean?
telling
So-
me, nigga, I would have went down the same
We-
flight of steps as you know what I'm saying. Like,
But my thing was, my whole thing is, like I said, I had 5 drinks, 6, whatever it was. We
He
were
was really
done.
lit.
So they come out, we go down in the couples, you know what I'm saying? We go down 2 separate balconies, and we're supposed to meet up and, you know, dance with each other type shit. We get announced
never
and
knew
all
that.
that.
Was
No
never-
one told
was-
me this,
right,
and if they
no
did,
one.
I definitely didn't comprehend it.
No
So
one.
I'm walking down the thing, I get to the dance floor. What
There's
do
a-
I do?
there's an awesome
I'm
picture of
drunk
you
at a
dancing,
wedding.
too.
You dance. So I just started dancing, and they're like, oh, he leaves Samantha. And I was like, oh, shit. She's all by herself. I was supposed to be with her. No one told me that.
That's funny.
I played it
Right.
good though, you know. I got
It
her.
was
We
good.
did our thing. Like, I'm sorry, Samantha.
No, that was an awesome night for sure. Like it was just like
Yeah,
I think it was common sense.
Remember we turned
Sorry.
up in the booth, bro?
Oh,
my
boy.
god, that was
That's where all
fire
the
too.
memories come.
You know what I mean?
It was definitely a dope moment. It was definitely a dope moment. We can go on and on and on about the wedding, but you know, it's just one of those epic things.
That might be a time that I would pick to, like,
Oh, for sure. Hopefully,
I had a couple
10
chances.
10 years from then, hopefully we can run it back. That's the plan for me and Booby. We want to do a 10-year thing. So,
I'm just saying,
Hopefully.
you set the bar for me for a wedding. Like, I have to beat yours now.
well, good luck, sir.
I-
just
for sure.
just
I
playing.
think-
I'm
I mean,
playing.
But I'm going.
It's possible. You can.
It's gonna be one of those moments where
My
you're,
goal
My-
is to have a better wedding.
you're
than
gonna
yours.
feel like the man. You know what I'm saying?
No, sure. That's gonna be my goal to
Oh,
return
wow,
the favor
yeah.
for sure. My wedding, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but my wedding was very, very expensive. Like very, very expensive.
You know who I am? No,
I
I'm
know.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
kidding.
hey, listen.
Killer
Okay.
Kev, bro.
So can I be? I can.
Okay.
I can just tell you how much the venue was.
Nah, bro, I don't want to hear.
Okay. Because you'd be like, what?
It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if we were in the little shack
Right.
down the street.
Oh, it would have still turned that shag
We
up.
were
Oh my
12
God.
deep in a
For sure.
minivan.
Right.
We were smoking weed for
Come on
sure.
now.
Shout out to the Ganja crew. Shout out my herbalist crew. Oh my Ganja crew.
Right.
Weed. Shout out my
So
man
let
Biz. He
me
knows what
ask
that
y'all
means.
this then, right? What do you think is gonna come? Like, what do you guys see the future for this?
Like I said, that I don't think it's a good thing to have expectations. You know what I mean? Let's just go with it. That's how I'm looking at this thing. I'm doing this more as a hobby thing. I'm not trying to do this for a prize at the end. My prize is me being down here in the cut with you guys, spending this time doing this. 'Cause like you said, we shoot the shit anyway. We just do this on a regular anyway. So for us to put it out there to give to an audience to hear, it's just more feedback from other people. You know what I mean? Reaching out and just using this platform to find like-minded individuals or people who have different opinions, who don't agree with what we say, whatever it is. Just providing some more things. It's not wrong for me to provide in this world, and that's what I'm trying to do, is provide more entertainment for people. And listen, if you guys like it, cool. If you don't, hey, thank you for giving it a shot anyway. But I think that's what it is. If it evolves to something now, it is what it
Different
is.
story.
Yeah, it is what it is. Of course, I'm along for the ride. But as far as, like I said, I'd be perfectly fine with doing this and having just my family and my friends listen to this, and I'd still be the same equally content if millions of them around the world
Yeah, I
took
mean-
to this. You know what I mean?
I agree with the fact that, like, I don't have, like, necessarily an end goal as to where, like, you know what I mean? I want to be, like, the top podcast in the world type shit. But, like we said, we might as well just start recording, doing a
Right.
podcast. We do it basically
sure.
already.
Right.
And pretty much I
And-
wanted to do this from a long time ago.
Right.
So
And I mean, as far as me, I mean, we've talked about it plenty. Like, we have so many ideas of what we can do as far as, having some guests on the show in different realms of life, or doing, like, games, like a Jimmy Fallon shit with catchphrase. We do a game of fucking trivia, catchphrase, some fun shit. Like, I mean, shit,
Some-
we could
the
do anything.
Sky's the limit. You know
That's what I'm
I mean?
saying.
Yeah. I think that, as we progress, as we start, banging these episodes out, we're gonna get our niche. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get our
Itch.
yeah. we're gonna get our
we're
gonna get our
we're gonna
like,
find our stride.
right
We're gonna find our groove.
stride.
We're gonna get it going. Let's make it happen.
Right, for sure. Make it happen.
That's the thing,
For sure,
too, is, like,
for
once we
sure.
get the ground running, it's like, we're just going to go.
And this is
And,
it. This is it. Episode 1.
You know
You
what
know
I
what I mean? We're coming to the. I think we all feel that the same way. I think it's coming to the end of the
A
episode
little
here.
sneak preview of what's to come.
And this is episode 1. We're just randomly shooting from the hip, going off like pretty much whatever we felt like we should start it off with, and just pretty much our friendship.
We're going to
what
find
brought us
our way
together.
through this, man. We're
Absolutely.
definitely going to find our way.
Absolutely.
We're going to get the visuals right. We're going to get everything right.
Yep,
you know
this is
what I
going to
mean?
upgrade, of course.
Get some merchandise, huh? Room for 3.
Yeah, this is gonna be everything. You know, like I said, we'll
Got
get
t-shirts.
that. We'll get that eventually. You know, we're not worried about that.
Coffee mugs.
We'll do audio right now. It'll evolve to video, and then from video, you know, sky's the limit from there, like Tay said. And I'm looking forward to making this happen, yo. Literally looking forward to getting into the episodes, getting deep into, you know, content, and hopefully reaching out and extending to an audience.
Ain't nobody
who
making it on
needs
the
to hear
board
this.
today, huh?
Oh, we did good.
Ain't nobody making it on the board
Did
today.
real good. Explain that,
Oh,
because
oh.
luckily no one
Okay.
even messed up
I
to where we
didn't
had
want
to
to jinx
explain
it
it.
though. That's
Right.
why I didn't bring it up.
Ooh,
Right.
now you
So to end it off, the on the board. If you ever hear it say, "Oh, he's on the board," just for our listeners, you know, on the board is when you mess up and you
Say a word wrong,
word wrong,
or
a
you
phrase
say
wrong,
something
something
that's
you
wrong.
stumble on
Just
something.
slip up. Yeah,
You're on the
stumble.
board. You're on the board, bro. That's it. You got a point. Boom. You're on the board, and that's that.
Hey, listen, and to you future guests listen out there,
But
yes,
yeah, you are susceptible to the board.
yes, the board does count you.
We should actually like start keeping track of who's on the board. See
We
who
are.
ends
Oh,
up
we
with the
are. Oh
most.
yeah, for sure.
For sure.
That's all in the works.
I'm glad no one started. Like,
For sure. It's all in the works. But, you know, it's more and more it'll get there. Our platforms we're trying to reach out to, we're going to have YouTube. You're going to find us on YouTube. We're going to make a Twitch page when the visual goes live, and hopefully we can get that on Twitch. And then you can find that live version on YouTube afterwards. Hopefully we could also reach out to other platforms. Maybe we can load it up to iTunes, maybe to Spotify, exactly. Anchor FM. I know Anchor is getting really big with podcasting, things like that. Apple Podcasts, whatever it is that we can go and reach out to people and they can get our stuff and listen to it. I know there's podcast apps. There's all types of things, and we'll look into it and we'll get better with this. Just like we hope you guys will continue to grow and listen to us and see the growth and see how far we come along. Right?
for sure.
Agreed, fellas?
I mean, with that, like, I think that's it. Let's wrap it up, boys.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
sounds
just,
good.
I just want to say
Sounds
at the end
good.
of the day, thank you for anybody that listens. And like my man G says,
Yes,
don't be
sir.
shy. Subscribe.
So,
Yeah, do that. So come back, listen to us again. This is episode 1. Hopefully, episode 1 of many to more to come. So, with that being said, let's wrap it up, boys. Boys, take Kevin G. Thank you for making room for 3.